Let me talk to you about something we don't say enough: presence. Now, I'm not talking about being in the same room, just existing in the same space. I'm talking about showing up, with your heart open, your mind engaged, and your spirit alert. You see, too many of us, we think because we're paying the bills, putting food on the table, keeping the lights on, that we've done our part. But let me tell you something. That's just the start. A woman, a real woman, she doesn't just want your wallet. She wants your witness. She wants you to see her, hear her, feel her energy when it shifts. She wants to know you notice the weight she's been carrying, the dreams she put on hold, the way she's been showing up for you, even when you couldn't see it. You think your silence is strength. Nah, sometimes silence is just a loud reminder that you stopped caring. See, being present ain't passive, it's intentional. It means when she talks, you lean in. Not just nodding your head, thinking about work or the game or the stress on your mind. It means hearing the heart behind the words. It means noticing when her laugh is just a little shorter, her smile a little tighter. You ever walked into a room and felt someone wasn't all right, even though they said they were? That's presence, that's awareness, that's love in action. It's real easy to be present when everything's good, when she's glowing, when she's giving, when she's pouring into you. But how about when she's tired, when she's quiet, when she's not the same? That's when presence is tested. That's when your character speaks. And let me be real with you. Presence is protection. Because when a woman feels unseen, unvalued, uncared for, that's when she starts breaking on the inside. Not all at once, bit by bit. And you won't even notice it until one day she's gone. Not just out the door. Sometimes she's gone emotionally long before she leaves physically. And you're standing there wondering what happened. But it was happening for months, maybe years. See, presence is not a one-time thing. It's not a moment, it's a muscle. You gotta work it. You gotta train it. You gotta choose it even when you're tired, even when the world's pressing on your back. Because when you are truly present, you don't just keep her from breaking. You build her up. You remind her she's not alone. You remind her she matters. That kind of presence, that's a rare kind of love. That's the love that holds through storms, that stands firm in silence, that speaks loudest through action. And when you master that presence, not perfection, just presence, you don't just save the relationship. You save yourself. You become the man she believed in, the man you said you'd be. And that's power. Real, quiet, unshakable power. Let me tell you something most men don't realize until it's too late. When you withdraw, when you pull back emotionally, you don't just create space, you create doubt, you create distance, and in that distance she starts to shrink. Not because she's weak, but because the one person she counted on to see her, to hold her steady, stopped showing up. Now, I know life gets heavy. I know sometimes you're just trying to survive, not knowing how to explain the weight on your chest. And maybe you think, I'm not leaving, I'm just dealing with my own stuff. But here's what you don't see. Every time you go quiet, every time you shut down, every time you act like she should just know, you care without showing it, she starts to carry more than her share. She starts questioning herself, starts wondering, did I do something wrong? Why won't he open up to me? Is he tired of me? You don't hear those questions, but they echo loud in her spirit. Because the truth is, women don't stop loving easy, but they do stop feeling safe when the love turns cold. And when she stops feeling safe, that's when the cracks begin. Let me put it like this. You ever seen a plant left without sunlight for too long? Doesn't die right away, but the color fades, the leaves curl. It bends toward the light, stretching for something that used to be there. That's what she does. She bends. She waits. She keeps loving through your silence. She keeps hoping through your detachment. But even the strongest flower withers when the sun forgets to shine. And I'm not just talking about romantic gestures or big apologies. I'm talking about the little things, the how was your day, the I'm proud of you, the I got you baby. Those are the things that keep her rooted. Those are the drops of water that keep her spirit from drying out. But when you stop caring, or act like you don't just leave her wondering, you leave her carrying the weight of the relationship alone. And that's too heavy for one person. That kind of burden will break even the best of hearts. And here's the dangerous part. She won't always tell you. She'll keep trying. keep cooking, cleaning, loving, giving, hoping. She'll keep doing the things she always did, but her heart won't be in it like it used to be. She'll laugh, but it won't hit her eyes. She'll kiss you, but it won't reach her soul. And if you're not careful, you'll mistake that quiet for peace, when really, it's the calm before the goodbye. I've seen too many men wake up one day in an empty house, looking around, asking, "How did I lose her?" Brother, you didn't lose her that day. You started losing her the day you stopped caring. The day you stopped being emotionally available. The day you stopped holding space for her voice, her needs, her love. And maybe you didn't mean to. Maybe no one ever taught you how to stay open when the world told you to be tough. But that's the point. Learn. Grow, because when you pull away without explanation, she feels abandoned, even if you never left the room. Withdraw long enough, and the woman who once overflowed with love will run dry. Not because she stopped loving you, but because loving you alone became exhausting. That's the cost of emotional distance. That's what silence does. That's what apathy creates. So if you love her, really love her, don't disappear when she needs your presence the most. Don't give her less and expect her to feel whole. Because the day you withdraw, that just might be the day she starts breaking. And once a woman breaks in silence, it's a long road back. Let me be real with you. I don't care how far gone you think things are. I don't care how cold the house feels or how long it's been since you really looked her in the eyes and saw the woman who believed in you when you didn't believe in yourself. If there's breath in your body, if there's still a pulse in that relationship, then there is still time. Time to show up different. Time to make a decision not to rewind, not to regret, but to reignite. See, love doesn't just die. It drifts, it dims. It gets buried under years of unmet expectations, unspoken apologies, and habits that look like survival but feel like neglect. But fire doesn't need to be replaced. It just needs oxygen, it needs breath, it needs someone, you to lean in to strike the match again, because real men don't run from the cold, they bring the heat. That means going back to the beginning. Remember who you were when you first loved her, not just the compliments or the flowers, but the intentionality, the effort, the curiosity. You studied her like she was a language you were desperate to speak fluently. You were present, you were attentive, you were inspired. Where did that man go? He didn't disappear. He just got tired, distracted, hardened by life, but he's still in there. You just gotta dig him out, dust him off, and bring him home. Reigniting isn't about grand gestures. It's about daily choices. It's choosing to lean in instead of pulling away. It's choosing to speak up instead of staying silent. It's saying "I love you" when it's awkward. It's listening even when you're tired. It's holding her hand in public, not for show, but because that's your woman and the world should know it. But after you reignite, you gotta recommit. Not just to her, but to the kind of man who loves on purpose, who loves with discipline, who loves like it's a legacy, not a luxury. You know, a lot of people think love is just a feeling. Nah, man, feelings fade, seasons change, storms come. Love is a structure. It's something you build brick by brick, and when that structure starts cracking, you don't walk away from the house. You pick up the tools, you patch it, you protect it, you recommit, and if you do that, if you reignite and you recommit, something powerful happens. You rise not just in her eyes, but in your own, because somewhere deep down, you know you were meant for more. You weren't built to coast through life, half in, half aware, waiting for someone else to fix what you broke with your silence. You were built to lead, to love, to stand tall with tenderness, and when you step back into that role, when you own your part, when you move with humility and heart, everything shifts, the energy in the room changes. Her eyes soften, her guard starts to fall. Why? Because she sees the fight in you again, not the fight with her, the fight for her. So don't sit there wondering if it's too late. Don't keep waiting for her to break before you decide to show up. Show up now, show up messy, show up imperfect, but show up. Love her out loud, love her on purpose, love her even when it's inconvenient, because the day you start caring again, the day you bring fire back into your voice, back into your actions, back into your heart, that's the day she starts to heal. That's the day you stop surviving love and start living it. So let me leave you with this. The day you stop caring is the day she breaks. But the day you wake up is the day everything can begin to heal. We spend so much time chasing success, chasing money, chasing status. But the real measure of a man, it's not how high you climb, it's how deeply you love. It's how fully you show up for the people who bet on you, who pray for you, who stand by you when the world turns its back. She was never asking for perfection. She was asking for presence, for effort, for a man who chooses her with intention every single day, and that choice, that's on you. So if you've been distracted, distant, disconnected, tonight is your moment. Not to beat yourself up, but to change, to reignite the fire, to recommit to the promise, to rise, not just for her but for you, for the man you know you're meant to be, because when you care again, when you speak with love again, when you lead with grace again, she won't just stand beside you, she'll rise with you. She'll bloom, she'll breathe, and together you'll build something unbreakable. So choose her, choose growth, choose to care, fully, fiercely, and forever. Thank you.